Bom, não sei se tem alguém aí. Deixa eu começar, ainda não começou. Ih, levei tudo. Só um minuto, já vou começar. Tá? Só um minuto que eu fiz besteira aqui. Uma grande besteira. Deixa eu ver aqui. Fiz uma besteira. Eu não sei se vocês estão escutando a mesma coisa que eu estou escutando. Por quê? Agora parou. Cadê o dashboard? Isso. Ah, não. Consegui fazer sem barulho, eu acho. Eu tô falando de hoje. Não posso falar nisso. Gravar. Gravar não. Essa câmera é muito próxima, eu preferiria que ela ficasse mais distante. Mas não tem problema. Galera. Oi, gente, boa noite. Não sei se tem alguém aí. Bom, eu tô aqui porque eu não consigo dormir. Tá chovendo bastante aqui em Petrópolis. Vou começar aqui a fazer a minha introdução, que eu gosto de fazer sempre, tá? Bom, então hoje já é dia 20 de. Eu não sei se tá, porque está atrasando a minha voz. Está chegando com atraso a minha voz, tá? Então, provável que o meu streaming esteja sendo interceptado. Provável que meu streaming esteja sendo interceptado por alguém que está mexendo nas minhas contas. E eu não sei quem é esse alguém, tá? Também não quero saber, não faço a menor questão mais de saber, porque eu estou bastante nervosa. Quando eu estou nervosa, assim, que eu tenho insônia, eu deixo a câmera ligada, como eu já fiz em vários outros streams que eu coloquei aqui, ok? Bom, eu estou achando que os meus vídeos eles não estão ficando públicos, porque do contrário, essa pessoa não estaria fazendo comigo isso que ela está fazendo agora. Então, eu estou achando que realmente é, eu tô bastante bloqueada nos meus canais, tá? Eu estou muito preocupada, estou bastante preocupada com a minha vida privada, estou bastante preocupada com tudo que está acontecendo. Eu não sei o que, que é isso. Eu queria fazer um trabalho um pouco mais sério, né? Levar aqui. Bom, parece que tem alguém aqui. Parece que tem alguém aqui. Quem é você? Você não quer falar comigo, não? Você que está aí. Do you wanna talk? Do you speak Portuguese or do you speak English? Talk to me. Deixa eu ver se eu acho você aqui no chat. Não, não estou achando você. É só um minuto. Chat. Aqui, ó. Show on stream. No comments. No comments. Você não está aqui. Você está no YouTube. Eu não sei onde você está. Deixa eu ver se eu encontro aqui. Ah, eu. Peraí. Mas obrigada por me acompanhar. Bom, eu não quero entrar em nenhum assunto sério, porque eu gosto de deixar para as lives mais importantes, entendeu? E quando eu faço uma live muito longa, eu sinto que, não sei porquê, mas parece que Eu não sei se é porque eu não tenho muita intimidade ainda. Apesar de eu gravar bastante, eu não fico mexendo muito nos recursos, não. Eu vou no automático. Ih, peraí. Eu vou no automático, então eu acabo não explorando todos os recursos que o YouTube oferece, nem nada assim, não. Mas eu queria saber de vocês, alguém, já que a pessoa não quer conversar comigo, eu vou ficar aqui falando, tá? Isso não é um problema. Posso falar também. É, I was thinking to make a live in English because I want to practice practice my English, and I also want to spread the word about what I'm doing here in Brazil, about my job and why I opened that channel in that moment of my life. I can talk now for now that I am 48 years old, and why I'm telling you that because I never have making a content like that in the internet. I never exposed myself in that way. I like to make another kind of 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 art, if I can say, if I can call like that. I like to write. I like to paint, to draw. I like to making some another kinds of arts that was not exposed myself like that in a streaming. Uh, not about because of my image or not because of the exposition. I think that we are overexposing ourselves all the time in the web, and I think that's not good. We give our like we say here in Brazil, we give our face, we give our face all the time to be spanked. I don't know if it exists in English or an expression that can substitute that words, that awful words. I'm sorry about my English, okay, but what I'm saying that I I started the channel because a car ran over me. I don't know if I'm telling, I am being understandable, but I have to make a surgery, and it was a very, it was I have how do how do I say I had I am sorry, I'm nervous. I'm nervous as I was not thinking in talking in English here, but I want to practice for because 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 it's been good to do that job. I think that it's making sense uh, among that catastrophic situation that the world is passing through right now. Okay, I don't know how are other people are seeing. Uh, uh, are consuming the notice. I don't know how are you. I don't know how are you being informated and what are you listen in your own countries. Okay, here in Brazil, we are suffocated by a media that all the times only tell the words that their own uh, uh, let me see what is this word in English. Quer ver? Deixa eu ver aqui, ó. sponsors. Yes, the media here only tell the words that the only sponsors like that they do. Okay, they are not spreading the real truth, or the truth is a kind of thing that is manipulated, okay, all the time by the Nazi propaganda, unfortunately. But here in Brazil, we people are not very familiarized with that kind of content. They didn't understand what is really happening. Okay, most of people don't have time to study things they should be studied. Okay, it's not only here in Brazil. I realized that this method is repeating in all over the world, in many countries, and different countries with different cultures, different religions, and different um, and different how do you say that, kinds of economy, everything, okay? But they are showing that things are happening with a kind of standard that is being um, imported from the USA right now, okay? And people are buying this kind of they're buying and consuming this kind of speech. This is it's not that the USA like to call the free speech, okay? But here in Brazil, we know that this is not free speech. Free speech ends when you are uh, when you are get in the other person territory, okay? Yes, this and this kind of speech is being um, it's being spread here in Brazil and these other countries also. So people are behaving exactly that they want that people behave in these situations. Okay, I could give an example, and I think that's a very good example. One thing that I want to say that the word is one. I will say that right now, and you will want to kill me, but I don't care. It's about Venezuela. Okay, Venezuela is passing through invasion and and an attack that we never saw before in the history of South America. Only in the epoch of the discovery of the Brazil, of our own country. Okay, the army of the USA are localized exactly in the South Caribbean South. These are strangulating not only Venezuela but our sovereignty here in South America. Okay, and we have to care about it because it's not about advocate to Nicolas Maduro, okay, the president of of Venezuela. It's not about advocate for him. It's about advocate for sovereignty. Sovereignty. I don't know how we say that. If I'm saying correct, but wait just a few moments. sovereignty, statehood, right? Yes, I think I don't know if I'm making understandable, but it's about it's about to protect our sovereignty. It's about to protect our natural richnesses. It's about protect um our oil, our own oil, because Brazil have a lot of oil near next to where is localized the Venezuela's oil also. Okay, in the equatorial line, in this latitude of the Ecuador. Here we have a lot of oil there, and we didn't explore it yet. We didn't explore that yet. So we are afraid that this kind of attack could impact also in our country, like they are impacting Colombia, they are impacting the other countries that are in that region right now. Okay, when I make this channel, I was uh, I had already this view in my head, but I didn't think that the things will come for that situation. I didn't thought it would never. But when Donald Trump starts to treat Nicolas Maduro, he called the mercenaries from all over the world when he offered $55 billion for who capture Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro. And I don't know if it was billions or millions, but here in South America, this is a huge amount of money for us. So we were afraid because it could start a war in case of they did not kidnap it first. Okay, so he with that call for the mercenaries in our territory, he was put all of us in dangers, because this kind of people didn't come alone. They never come alone for do that kind of job, and we know that. Okay, and we know I know that the president Nicolas Maduro have a lot of things to explain to the world. Okay, and because in this all of these years things really strange were happening. We know that, but we also know that United States was here in our territory for more than 30 years, making gaslighting through the web, all the web, not only the social media, but with a lot of many things that together um, get us for that point right now. And that's things that was threatening us by all of these years, that make the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, to close his regime and to make things and make everything that he could to protect his territory. Okay, he was afraid. He called for help from all over the world, but the only help that he gets was the showing off Russian submarines and the China the China's advices, but not he never had a physical support or because these things that he had to do to protect the oil from Venezuela. And he was attacked, he was judged like a narco terrorist, like they wanted to call. And we also know that he is not narco. Uh, 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 he's not the leader of the Cartel de los Soles. This is bullshit. This is ridiculous. And all the time, the accusation, the accusation from all over the world was um, based in Donald Trump's wheels, in the Donald Trump's delirium tremens, or something like that. Because I don't know if he drinks. I think that he drinks. He drinks a lot because he was in that pictures with Jeffrey Epstein, and we saw the parties. Of course, that he drinks. Né? Also, and I want to know that this kind of speech that he makes about Nicolas Maduro, that was only an excuse to stole our oil, and all of the oil from Venezuela. And you don't know, and I don't know if you are knowing all of the situation. I don't know if you are familiarized with all the situation, but just I just started to no, I just a few hours ago I read in some content that I follow in Instagram that the money he already sell the oil, okay, and the money is going to count in Qatar, okay, for the banks in the Qatar, and this is very serious because it can he can at any moment start a war, okay, involving many countries that doesn't have nothing to do with that, and he's making this kind of speech for wherever he is going through. Now, Greenland, his attack in Greenland now can be an example of what I'm saying for you. Every place that he goes, everywhere that he goes, um, he starts with a speech like based in a delirium tremens, hallucination, and he accused someone of something, or he accused Nicolas Maduro of being the leader of the Cartel de los Soles, and now he needs Greenland to the national security of the USA. But one thing that I can tell you, everybody needs Greenland for our own national security. Of course, that anyone that that stole Greenland or buy Greenland will be much more secure. So it's obviously okay, but it's not because of that we are going through the world buying or stealing everything that we want. Okay, of course that he will be more safe with if he buys Greenland. Who wouldn't be? Okay, I think that. But. Um, and now he wants to protect the Iranian people, né? And he wants to protect them from the regime of the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. But while he tells that he is looking for the oil that the Iran that is the Iranian oil. He's looking for that. He wants the Hormuz Strait also, and he wants all the uranium também, oil, uranium, and he wants the Hormuz Strait, and among other things. But I know that he wants everything, but not protect the Iranian people. Okay, because if that was true, he was not being so violent with his own people in his own country, because he only is only doing that with people that cannot buy, can afford for a security like them, like people who have amount of money like him that can. Okay, he's attacking the poor people, the workers, and he is attacking the the Latin American people, our brothers, our sisters, and he's humiliating us all the time. And the countries that are buying that kind of speech, probably um, they are being how do we say uh, they are being also criminals like him. I forgot the word, sorry. And I want to talk about another country that he was uh, doing that with. Mm, but I'm thinking, just let me make a pause and I will continue. Here it's raining, but it's hot, okay? And my name, I didn't know, didn't tell you my name, didn't tell you nothing. I think I talk in Portuguese in the beginning. My name is Fabiana. Today is January 20, and I'm talking from Petropolis. That is a city in the mountains of the Rio de Janeiro. Okay, it's a beautiful, very beautiful city. I love this city, and uh, I'm talking from here. And I created my channel because of that, because I feel in my own skin what is the fascists, what is the kind of fascist policies when they are working in our own places, okay? And here we have a far right wing that's very strong. 80% of our Congress, 80% of our Congress are composed by far right, okay, right now. And they are all with Mr. Donald Trump, okay, and that is a terrorizing us because the President Donald Trump, he is a characteristic of his personality is being I forgot in Portuguese and in English. It's being unpredictable. So we don't know exactly what position we have to take because tomorrow can change his mind and change everything in the global frame, the political global frame. Okay, and this makes us scared, and because we have too much oil, okay, but we have a lot of uh, a lot of other things that are are interesting for his own wills. Okay, I don't know exactly how I say this because in Portuguese I have the same difficulty. Okay, and because it's a so crazy situation that he put all the words in that in his deliriums that we are all I think that a lot of people are not understand anything about what's really happening. But you can, you have to take care. You have to study the history of the countries that he is attacking. Okay, and all the countries that he is attacking are or are or are lefters, governments for of uh, leadered by the lefts, or they are not uh, um, or they are not they have a different regime. Okay, they are not exactly like the USA, how they want that the world to be. Okay, and among other things, he is stealing these countries. He is just a moment, people, because my notebook is making a noise, and I don't know if this noise it's interference from outside or it's a normal noise. Okay, I don't know if you can listen. Okay, and this make me nervous, and I think it's someone that's doing that a kind of sabotage, like we are passing through all these years that we are living with this invasion in our own country. This invasion that it's not so explicit like we used to see. Okay, because he only tells the truth when he makes these things happen. He was telling all the time, he told that the president Nicolas Maduro was the leader of the Cartel de los Soles, and he's repeated that in the media so much, so much that the world um, believed in him, and he kidnapped the president Nicolas Maduro. And now, and after that, he changed his mind and didn't call President Nicolas Maduro like the leader of the Cartel de los Soles, because all the world could see he stolen the oil from the ships. He stole the ships where it was all the oil from Venezuela, among other countries that are allied with Venezuela right now. Okay, was another thing that I want to tell. Um, it's about let me see here. Um, what I was talking about Jeffrey Epstein files. I don't know if you know. Also, only 1% of the Epstein files was opened. Okay, we have a lot of things to know, but I think that he's making this all of this noise to make a smoke curtain. As I don't know how you say that. Um, and he's making a lot of noise. Okay, to call attention for other things that are so ridiculous, like buying Greenland. That we can believe that he's doing this kind of noise to hide the truth behind the Epstein files. Okay, and a lot of things among that is in this package, the pedophile package that he is making us uh, uh, he's making everything to hide from us the truth. Okay, because in the opposite, he had opened everything yet for all the people from all the world see. Okay, if these things are being hidden, it's because they have a motive to hide. Okay, and that motive that probably is very serious and much more than we can think. And I think also that the United States people are afraid to come with these files for the surface. I think that they are afraid because of the violence of the police. Okay, and I don't know if you saw, but a woman called René Nicole Good was brutally assassinated in his own city when she was taking her kids to the school. She let the kids in the school, and the police shot her in the face a lot of times, and we saw the scene, the world saw the scene, and the speech that they are selling. It's that Nicole Good was reacting, and she was a terrorist. But when I hear these words that they were calling, I thought I was crazy because I was watching the video, seeing something, and they are so they are so uh, they are so uh, they are being so so serious in their own speech that we think that we are crazy because we hear that. But what? We saw she taking the shots. She didn't react in any moment. She go away with her car from on for other side. And worst of all, he's telling for the world that she is a far left member. And where in the world can you see? Where in the world, tell me you, where in the world do you see a far lefter driving a car like that? This speech doesn't correspond with the reality. All the time they are selling things that are not correspond with the reality. This is all the time. Their speech is that there is a speech from a crazy, from a lot of crazy men that they are determined to conquer the world, and we cannot do anything about that. Okay, for now here in Brazil, I don't know what President Lula will do about because he was invited to participate of the treat no sorry he was invited to participate for the peace in Gaza, in the council, and I don't know if it's good for President Lula to be there this meeting, or I don't know if it will be good for President Lula because of his of Donald Trump's uh, uh, because of that what I saw. I said you moments ago that he's unpredictable. I always forget this word. I'm sorry. And because of this unpredictability of the president of the USA, we don't know if it's good for President Lula. I didn't have formed opinion about it. Okay, I will think more, and probably I will make a stream tomorrow to talk about it. Okay, first in Portuguese, maybe later in English. Okay, because I think that speaking English here, even with my awful English, will be the best thing to do right now. And I call the world to spread what you are feeling now. For an example, uh, we think that we don't have that our word will not be listened, and why I'm gonna do that, why I'm gonna expose myself. You don't need to expose yourself. Okay, you can do a little job, you can make a little post, you can even show your face. You don't need to show your face like I am doing right now. Okay, but if you don't want to do that, you don't need to do. You can spread your word. If you are with me, if you saw this woman being assassinated in front of the world, and you are listening things that uh, 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 are not the truth. You can express yourself in a post or in a place that you think that you are safe or something like that. But what we cannot do now is being in silence. Okay, we cannot stay silenced by the fascist people. I don't want to say the word Nazi because YouTube is censoring us when we say Nazis or something, but we don't have another word to say. They are capturing our own words, and they are capturing the meaning of the words from all over the world. Uh, Literally. Okay, they're changing our behaviors while they making us comfort behave like they want, because instead of it they block us, and they don't then they don't let our channels to be seen from all over the world. And this is happening from so much years until now, that we didn't realize how they are changing us. They are changing our behaviors. They are changing our words. They are changing how we speak with other people, because we are afraid to tell ugly words here, like shit, like fuck. I don't give a fuck. Really, I don't care. Fuck them all. Okay, I will not change myself to be in the Donald Trump's box. I don't want that shit for my life. I'm not like that. I'm not like him, and I will not participate that and be in silence, because the world don't like Nicolás Maduro. All the world are looking for the oil of the Venezuela. All the world are looking for it because of the Ukrainian war. Okay, the Russian and Ukrainian conflict. It is strangulating the negotiations, the oil negotiations all over the world, because and because of it, all the eyes are in the Venezuela's oil, obviously. Okay, they almost all uh, almost the majority of the countries that are now opposition from of Vladimir Putin from and Russia, the Russians and the Chinese people, um, uh, they are afraid to to in the future do not have the necessary fuel to continue their economies. We understand that, but it's not that kind of situation that will resolve the problem. Okay, instead of it, it's getting worse and worse and worse, and um, and that's it. I have a lot of things to say in English because I've already speak in Portuguese in my streamings, but I will try to make much more lives in English also, uh, because I think it's important for us to do this right now. Okay, and I want what I want. The purpose of this channel is to make a call. Okay, is to make a call to for the world to open our eyes. Okay, because it will be not good for no one to be beside this kind of thinking of thoughts, because he's not thinking, he's acting without thinking, or worst, he's acting with bad things. Okay, with um, uh, just a pause for reflection, please, because I'm nervous, and it's not a problem. I can continue from now. I want to think in some if I am forgetting, uh, probably I'm forgetting a lot of things that I think that is important to talk. Okay, but I promise that I will be back. Okay, and I will talk to you in English also, because I think that we don't have much time. Okay, in any moment the 30 war can start. Okay, at any moment this can happen. Oh, another thing that I think that is important to memorize, it's that um, United States doesn't call um, United States, no, the far right from the United States, the part that is aligned with Donald Trump, and they call China like enemies. They don't call their they don't call how do we say, just a few moments. Yeah, I'm sorry. They don't call the Chinese people and China at all like their competitors. Okay, they don't call them like that. They call enemies. They already call them enemies. Okay, when you call someone your enemy, you didn't want to talk to them, you didn't want diplomacy. Okay, you cut the diplomacy in the speech. So when you cut this uh, when you call someone like your enemy, you are cutting them for your own life. And when you do that with a country, with an economy like that, so giant like that, and you are saying the words that do not want diplomacy. Okay, that do not want a multilateral word. You don't want to make you don't want to make uh, I'm sorry, uh, word. But the important thing is that we memorize what they are doing with this hate speech. Okay, and how they are putting this in practice all the time. Okay, because of it, we have to open our own eyes of about this situation. Uh, so I will let you here by for now. Okay, I will be back tomorrow. I will try to make a live in English with a better content. I'm sorry about that. I didn't think in speaking English, but I was talking with the AI a few moments ago, and she was speaking in a very rich English. So she makes me comfortable, and I think that I thought, oh, now I will practice my English making a live streaming, to try to spread the word, the truth that's happening here, and to ask you to watch for President Nicolas Maduro with more careful eyes, okay? Because we know that infiltrated was in our territory here in Brazil. We can afford that, okay? We can guarantee you that it was happening. We also have files here in my own cities that reveals Nazi cells acting here for many years till now. Okay, so we have to look at the situation with the eyes very opened. Okay, and that's what I ask for you right now. Because if you were afraid from the president Nicolas Maduro, you should be much more afraid from Donald Trump. That and if Nicolas Maduro was arrested for something that he isn't, uh, because he is not a leader of cartel. Donald Trump already told that to the world. Okay, if you take care about the situation, you will see that's a lot of things in this in this situation that are not appearing to the surface, that's not coming to the surface. And if Nicolas Maduro is a dictator, like the world is saying, what's Donald Trump doing that? Kidnapping someone like that without going through the international tribunal, okay, the IA tribunal. How he passed through all over the opinion of the world. He passed through all the trials from the world, and he take his own individual act. He acted individually, okay? And they are saying, among other things, that these actions are being coordinated, like he is having help from all over the world. That is not true. That he doesn't pass for a honest trial. Okay, he didn't pass through that. Okay, he was kidnapped, and we know that. Okay, and if Venezuela was bad with Nicolas Maduro, Venezuela will be worse without him. Okay, because Maria Corina, that is showing herself like the new leader from South America, it's really um, uh, in the end of the day, she is only a Donald Trump's dog. Okay, is only a Donald Trump's dog. Okay, among other things that I would love to say to her, but she's everything. Not a patriot or something like that. It's not that. And I probably believe that she's she's profiting with the sale of the oil of Venezuela. Now, I don't know how, but It was very providential, the Nobel Prize. This was the most providential Nobel Prize that I saw in all of my life. Okay, but it's what we have for today. Okay, I will be back tomorrow. I will try to make my speech better for you to follow me. So I ask you to subscribe to my channel and activate the notice for we talk more in other times, okay? See you tomorrow. Thank you very much. And, pessoal, obrigada também, tá? Desculpe aqui, meu inglês também é péssimo, mas eu não estou aguentando mais essa situação. Está me estrangulando, está me asfixiando de verdade. É bastante frustrante sermos latinos e temos que nos comportar como vira-latas o tempo todo, tá? Então, não é essa a minha posição, não é assim que eu vou me comportar, e eu vou fazer questão, sim, de falar do jeito que sair, de qualquer jeito. And after that, I have a lot of things to talk to you, okay? Now I'm feeling much better now. You should do that, okay? You will feel much better when you have done. Okay, in the beginning, I was a lot of. I'm very shy for that kind of things. Okay, not for all the things. I'm not shy for everything, but this kind of situation make me feel uncomfortable. But I am dealing with that with. Um it's been very good. In the end, it's worth. Okay, it's worth. I think that you should do the same thing. You will feel very much better when you have done after you've done. Okay, and fight for democracy. To fight for democracy, I think the world have to fight for democracy. Uh, okay, it's good, okay? And I will finish it now, really finish. Thank you very much. Okay, subscribe here on my channel. Thank you very much.